Well, hello and welcome to netwrokind CCNA training. This first lecture will be about introduction to networks, but first let's talk about CCNA exam. In this chart you can see Cisco's certification path. There are several types and levels of certification that Cisco provides. The entry-level certification program is CCENT. The associate level certification program is CCNA. The professional level certification program is CCNP. And the expert level certification program is CCIE and CCAR. And as you can see, each level has also different programs such as cloud, collaboration, data center, design, and routing and switching, and something like that. In this training, we are going to focus on Cisco's most popular associate level certification program, CCNA, routing and switching. This course will help you to improve yourself about networking basics, switching and routing technologies, IPv4 and IPv6. As enterprises migrate toward controller-based architectures, the role and skills required of a core network engineer are evolving and more vital than ever. To prepare for this network transition, the CCNA routing and switching certification will not only prepare you with the knowledge of foundational technologies, but ensure you stay relevant with skill sets needed for the adoption of next generation technologies. To earn the Cisco certification, to earn the Cisco CCNA routing and switching, you have two options. The first option is you should pass the 200-125 exam, or option 2, you should pass 100-105, 200-105 exams both. Decision is yours surely, but my offer is just go ahead with option 1, pass the 200-125 exam and finish the process in one step. CCNA routing and switching certifications are valid for 3 years, and you have a bunch of choices for recertification. You can visit the Cisco's webpage for recertification process when your certificate expires. So, it's time to start now, and let's go ahead with our first section, Introduction to Networks. In this section, we're going to talk about basics of network, LANs, WANs, and the internet, and network trends and security overview. Alright, let's go. We are starting our training with an interesting graphic. This graphic shows us number of devices connected to internet worldwide. As you can see, there were 8 billions of devices connected to internet, but it is assumed to be 50 billions. That is a really crazy number, guys, and that means we will need much more resources such as bandwidth and stronger devices and more secure networks. Let's go ahead with the global community networks. Nowadays, we may often need to meet people from different parts of the world. Especially, global companies can often hold meetings with employees in different locations. However, it can be very difficult for all employees to come together at the same location for each meeting, both in terms of time and cost. Cisco has two great solutions for eliminating these time and cost problems. The first solution is video conference. Video conferencing is a technology that allows users in different locations to hold face-to-face meetings without having to move to a single location together. This technology is particularly convenient for business users in different cities or even different countries because it saves the time, expense, and hassle associated with business travel. The second technology we are going to focus on is telepresence. Video conferencing technology isn't always able to dissolve barriers and facilitate remote collaboration. Cisco Telepresence recreates the meeting room experience so you can meet face-to-face with your globally dispersed teams. Now, in-person meetings can happen without the hassle of travel, so you can be more available and more effective than ever before. The Cisco Telepresence experience delivers high-quality audio and high-definition video over a reliable IP network. Unlike video conferencing, your meetings will look and sound as if all the participants are actually together in the same room. Here is the telepresence device, as you can see in here. These guys are maybe in Paris, and these guys are, for example, in Tokyo, but what they feel is, as you can see, they are on the same table. That's a really great and cool technology. Now, let's talk about the variety of networks according to their size. Small home office networks are networks of several PCs, laptops, and printers, and it meets basic requirements such as surfing on the internet, for example. Medium-sized networks usually consist about 15 or 20 PCs, laptops, and just a few printers maybe. In these networks also, a network device such as switch or router can be used, which we will see in more detail later. And let's go ahead with the large and worldwide network. Large networks are geographically distributed networks. In such networks, very powerful network devices are used to provide communication between the ends. A simple example of these networks is simply Internet. Or we can think about a global company such as Cisco, and Cisco uses the large networks to provide communication between different locations such as Cisco Australia, Cisco Poland, and Cisco China, and etc. between different buildings. Let's take a look to client and server concepts now. These guys are the clients, and this guy is the server. Clients are the devices such as PCs, smartphones, and laptops that request a service from the servers, and servers are the devices that provide the requested service to the clients. Servers are classified by the service they provide. For example, a web server serves a web page, a file server serves computer files, and something like that. The client establishes a connection to the server over a local area or wide area network such as the internet may be. Once the server has fulfilled the client's request, the connection is terminated. For example, let's say that this PC wants to connect with the Google's web page. And let's say that this is the web server of the Google. If you want to connect Google's web page, your PC is the client which requests the web page, and Google's web server provides you the requested service, which is a web page for this situation. And let's go ahead with the LANs, WANs, and the internet. Let's first talk about the devices that we can use in a network. There are two types of devices, and they are end devices and the infrastructure devices. The network devices that people are most familiar with are called end devices or hosts. These devices form the interface between users and the underlying communication network. Some examples of end devices are computers, network printers, VoIP phones, telepresence endpoints, security cameras, and something like that. Infrastructure devices are the devices that helps to provide communication between different end devices. For example, you can communicate different PCs by using switches on the same local area network. As an example, we can give switches, access points, routers, and firewalls to the infrastructure devices. And let's go ahead with the network media. Network media refers to the communication channels used to interconnect nodes on a computer network. In a network, we can provide communication in two ways, and they are wired and wireless. In a wired media, we use different types of cables such as copper cable or fiber optic cable to provide communication between different devices. Wireless network media provides communication between two or more networking devices that are not connected by a cable. The most common wireless technologies use radio waves. With radio waves, distances can be short, such as a few meters for Bluetooth or as far as millions of kilometers for deep space radio communications. And network infrastructures can vary greatly in terms of size of the area covered, numbers of the connected users, numbers and types of services available. Basically, we have four types of networks, and they are local area network, wide area network, metropolitan area network, and storage area network. Local area network, a LAN, is a network infrastructure that provides access to users and end devices in a small geographical area. LANs interconnect end devices in a limited area such as a home, school, office building, or campus. A LAN is usually administered by a single organization or the individual. Let's go ahead with the wide area network. Wide area network, WAN, is a network infrastructure that provides access to other networks over a wide geographical area. This is the difference from the local area network. WANs are typically managed by service providers or internet service providers, and they interconnect different local area networks over wide geographical areas such as between cities, states, provinces, countries, or something like that. In the figure you see a WAN infrastructure, and here there's a London office, in here there's a Dallas office, in here there's a Washington office, and in here there's a Berlin local area network, and wide area network interconnects these different local area networks between different countries. Let's go ahead with metropolitan area network. A MAN is a network infrastructure that spans a physical area larger than a local area network but smaller than a wide area network. MANs, metropolitan area networks, are typically operated by a single entity such as a large organization. A storage area network is a network infrastructure designed to support file servers and provide data storage, retrieval, and replication. It involves high-end servers, multiple disk arrays, and fiber channel interconnection technology. Although there are benefits using local area network or wide area network, most individuals need to communicate with a resource on another network outside of the local network within the home, campus, or organization. This is done using the Internet. The Internet is a worldwide collection of interconnected networks cooperating with each other to exchange information using common standards. Through telephone wires, fiber optic cables, wireless transmissions, and satellite links, Internet users can exchange information in a variety of forms. But how we can connect to Internet? We have some options for this. The first option we are going to check is DSL, Digital Subscriber Line Technology. Digital Subscriber Line is a family of technologies that are used to transmit digital data over telephone lines. In telecommunications marketing, the term DSL is widely understood to mean ADSL, the most commonly installed DSL technology for Internet access. DSL service can be delivered simultaneously with wired telephone service on the same telephone line, since DSL uses higher frequency bands for data. Here is how we can connect to Internet by DSL. Here is your computer device, and you connect your computer's network interface card to a device named modem. This modem device is connected to a little equipment named splitter, which splits the telephone and the data frequencies. The other side of the splitter is connected to your phone, and splitter is connected to a device named DSLAM on the ISP side, and this DSLAM is connected to ISP backbone, and this backbone takes you to the Internet simply. You can also connect to Internet by using cellular or mobile network. A cellular network or mobile network is a communication network where the last link is wireless. The network is distributed over land areas called cells, each served by at least one fixed location transceiver, but normally 3 cell sites or base transceiver stations. The most popular cellular networking communications are 3G, 4G, and that's gonna be 5G in the future. Satellite internet access is the internet access provided through communication satellites. Modern consumer-grade satellite internet service is typically provided to individual users through geostationary satellites that can offer relatively high data speeds up to 50 megabit per second. And here is how we can connect to Internet by using satellite. Here is our PC, and our PC is connected to satellite router this time. Satellite router is connected to antenna, and these antennas are communicating each other by using a satellite. This satellite forwards packets to internet side, and you can access the internet by using this antenna and NOC hub. Another internet connection option is Metro Ethernet. Metro Ethernet network is a metropolitan area network that is based on Ethernet standards. It's commonly used to connect subscribers to a larger service network or the Internet. Businesses can also use metropolitan area Ethernet to connect their own offices to each other. And in the third step, we'll talk about network trends and security overview. The first trend we are going to talk about is BYOD, bring your own device. Bring your own device refers to the policy of permitting employees to bring personally owned devices such as laptops, tablets, and smartphones to their workplace and to use those devices to access privileged company information and applications. And let's go ahead with another trend, which is online collaboration. Simply put, online collaboration lets a group of people work together in real time over the internet. Those engaged in online collaboration can work together on word processor documents, PowerPoint presentations, and even for brainstorming, all without needing to be in the same room at the same time. Another trend is cloud computing. Cloud computing is the delivery of computing services such as servers, storage, databases, networking softwares, or something like that over the internet, which is known as the cloud. Companies offering these computing services are called cloud providers and typically charge for cloud computing services based on usage, similar to how you are billed for water or electricity at home. Instead of having to invest heavily in data centers and servers before you know how you are going to use them, you can only pay when you consume computing resources and only pay for how much you consume. And let's go ahead with the data centers. A data center is a facility composed of networked computers and storage that business or other organizations use to organize, process, store, and disseminate large amounts of data. Data centers are not a single thing, guys, but rather a conglomeration of elements. At a minimum, data centers serve as the principal repositories for all manner of IT equipment, including servers, storage subsystems, networking switches, routers, and firewalls, as well as the cabling and physical racks used to organize and interconnect the IT equipment. A data center must also contain an adequate infrastructure such as power distribution and supplemental power subsystems, including electrical switching, uninterruptible power supplies, backup generators, and so on, ventilation, and data center cooling systems such as computer room air conditioners and adequate provisioning for network carrier connectivity. And let's take a look to the smart houses. A smart home is a residence that uses internet-connected devices to enable the remote monitoring and management of appliances and systems such as lighting and heating. Smart home technology, also known as the home automation, provides homeowners security, comfort, convenience, and energy efficiency by allowing them to control smart devices, often by a smart home application on their smartphone. For example, when you are outside on a hot summer day, you can cool your home by running the air conditioner remotely by using your smartphone. And another trend is powerline networking. Powerline networking, as its name implies, uses your existing electrical power cabling to transmit digital data. In this case, it is used to transfer your networking data. This can essentially be thought of acting like a wired network where your electrical wiring replaces a large segment of unsightly Ethernet cable. Powerline networking is a good alternate that can often be used in situations where wiring is difficult. And let's go ahead with the network security threats. Guys, it's a dangerous world out there in the World Wide Web. Just as your mother may have told you to never talk to strangers, the same advice holds true for the virtual world. You may know to be wary of giving strangers your business bank account details, but can you be sure website you are logging into is that of your bank and not a forgery created by a cybercriminal? Cybercriminals use many different methods to lure you into parting with your confidential personal or business information. As a small company doing business on the web, you need to be aware of these methods so you can be extra vigilant when online. The common network security threats you can face are DOS attacks, virus, worm, malware, spam, phishing, and something like that. We'll discuss deeper about these concepts on our later lessons. And yes, we have security threats, but fortunately we have solutions too. To mitigate network security threats, we can use ACL, Access Control List, which is a control mechanism, firewalls, which is a network security device, and antivirus, which is a network security software. We will also discuss deeper about these concepts on our later lessons.